Hello, everyone. I'm continuing on. I've been doing talking about the senses individually. I've done the seeing, the hearing, the tasting, and now I'm going to do the smelling today, and finish up next time on feeling. I'm going to be in Ephesians 5:26 to start off with in the King James version of the Bible, and it says that He may sanctify and cleanse it with a washing of water by the word. Um, so the washing of water by the word. That's how we're cleansed, is through this word. People, we take showers, baths, or whatever, and so we try to maintain cleanliness that in that manner. And this book, the Bible, that cleanses us. We're cleansed by the word. So if we don't get under the water of the word every now and then, we're going to stink. Um, I've mentioned about my garbage can. It's right over here. I don't have a keen sense of smell. I really don't. But my wife, I kid her. Told her that she has surely the keenest sense of smell on the whole planet. Um, so I'm in here in this office. You see me in here on these videos. I'm in here a lot more than that. I'm in here a whole lot. And this is my laboratory, Jesus said, a garden where I can get away and think to myself. Uh, he said, "Let the words of our mouth and the meditations of our heart be acceptable unto Thee, O God," or whatever it said. And this is my way to meditate. But the garbage. Get back to the garbage. I'm in here with this garbage all the time, and I don't realize if it has a smell. Not having a keen sense of smell, being in here with it all the time. But my wife can walk in and she might say something like, "Shoo-wee, what is that smell?" Well, I don't know. Been in here with it. So if you don't get cleansed by the word, you might smell. You might have an odor. And it might be such that people can't come close to you. They might have to get way off from you to endure that smell that you're putting off, because you haven't been cleansed by the word. And you'll stink. People's not going to tell you that, whether it's bad breath or body odor. It's going to have to be a really good friend, like Melinda. She will let me know. But most of you that's listening to this, you watching this, you wouldn't do that. And so there we don't know that we have a problem. But the word will bring it in clear to us. Also, smell is good because I talked on the taste the last time, and smell enhances your taste or really hinders your taste. For instance, I mentioned if you eat an apple, but you smell an onion at the same time, it's going to affect it. And you when we were able to shake hands before the coronavirus, we can't so much now. But when you check somebody's hand, maybe they back off from you. You think, what's wrong with him? We've been so close through the years, but he might can smell that smell. Your disobedience. You rejecting the word of God. That's going to cleanse you, and they'll back up. If that happens to you, instead of saying what's wrong with them, you might ought to say what's wrong with me. What is it that I've done that's caused people to back up? Those people won't tell you. They'll just keep their distance from you. And dead things emit an odor. You can tell when something is dead around you. So we sure don't want that. You go down the road and you're driving in your car. If somebody's ran over a skunk or something, you can certainly tell it. And that just reminds me, I digress a little bit, but I might can whip a skunk, but do I want to put up with the odor? And smell's been used in the Bible in a mighty way. I'm going to read Genesis 27, 26 and 27, and it's talking about Jacob and Esau. Esau was supposed to be the one to get the birthright and the blessing, but his mother knew that Jacob was the one for the job, and Jacob and his mother tricked the father. And his father Isaac said unto him, "Come near now and kiss me, my son." And he came near and kissed him, and he smelt the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, "See, the smell of my son is as of the smell of a field which the Lord hath blessed." Isaac had grown dim; his sight was leaving him, and he was dependent on that smell, and they tricked him. So, smell, that's, if Melinda cooks me something and I come in the door, that's probably the first sense that I'll engage, I'll be able to smell it. Deuteronomy 4:28 says, "And there you shall serve gods, the works of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see nor hear nor eat nor smell." Psalms 115:4-6 said, "Their idols are of silver and gold, the work of men's hands. They have mouths, but they speak not. Eyes have they, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not. And noses have they, but they smell not." We've talked about this. Hearing is the last thing that goes, but when you get near death, all of your senses, that's the way you can see somebody dying spiritually, their senses start leaving. Isaiah 3:24 says, "And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And instead of a girdle rent, instead of a well-set hair baldness, instead of a stomach or a garden of sackcloth and burning instead of beauty." And then I think about smell. I think about the 3 Hebrew children when they threw them into fire. Then Nebuchadnezzar, it's Daniel 3:26-27 said, "Then Nebuchadnezzar came to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, you servants of the Most High God, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth out of the fire, and the princes and governors and captains and the king's counselors, being gathered together, saw these men upon whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was a hair of their head singed, neither was their coats changed, nor the smell of fire passed on them. You can smell if somebody has been near smoke. You can smell it on their clothing. I know when I was growing up, both my parents smoked, and I'm sure I smelled that way for a while after leaving the house, because they both did. And but smell, I tell you, the smell of food sure smells good. But now we've talked about the seeing, we've talked about the hearing, we've talked about the tasting, and today I'm trying to talk to you about the smelling, and they're all important. And you would think a sense such as smell wouldn't be that important, but I'll tell you what, if you ever get without it, you'll know. I preached a sermon, I mentioned this in a video sermon, that on garbage, and I went to a church where I had preached it about 3 months before that, and when I came up to shake his brother's hand, he said, "Brother, it's garbage." I forgot about what I preached, and I said, "What's garbage?" And he said, "Those excuses are garbage." And if a man or woman starts getting into something that they're not supposed to get into, people will pick up on it, and they'll begin to emit a spiritual odor that is a tip-off. So, but anyway, I digress a little bit more. So, but I've enjoyed getting this to you on senses. Think about these senses. smell, and the rest, and all the others. But the senses, that's what distinguishes living people from people that's not living. And I want to hold on to every one of them. If smell be the least one, then I want to hold on to it too, because that signifies to others and to myself that I'm still in the land of the living. So may God bless you. I'll come to you when the next time we're going to talk about feelings, and so may God bless you is my prayer.